Greetings, listeners. I am your host and game master this evening, Zach Barrett, and welcome to the Twisted Gear Studios production of Spacers, our Starfinder actual playcast. Last we left the crew, they had begun infiltrating the now under siege Bermuda, an Aslanti Empire colony ship. As they approached their bounty, one of the leaders of Jovac's army, the crew has found an armoury that may help against the vessel's attackers.
At the intersection of two hallways leading towards the bridge. Right in front of you around this corner is the entryway to one of the breaching pods from the Seven's warship. About 10 feet away from you there is a somewhat broken door but still looks accessible into the Aslanti armory. And then 15 feet from that and 25 feet from you guys currently there is two bone troopers confirming kills, completely unaware of your presence. For the sake of just seeing who's going first, can I get you all to roll initiative amongst yourselves? You'll all get a surprise round, but just the order of the surprise round would be helpful. Did you just roll another natural 20 there, Flinch?
On a different dice.
Wow.
Okay, so you stay at the top of the track. Gotcha.
Because I decided not to use up all the good fortune from the first dice.
Yeah.
So I rolled my pink d20, and then I rolled a 20.
Just accept it. The dice gods are like, you're here to stay. All right, anyone else roll? I rolled the same thing twice in a row. Anyone roll 20 or higher?
I rolled the exact same.
Oh my god. You guys.
What did you roll for Greg? The exact same initiative, 21.
What did you roll?
21. I also rolled a 21.
Well,
how are you going to solve this?
Oh, there's a very easy solution. Greg goes first.
Oh.
He's got more decks. I can almost
true.
guarantee you he's got more decks. So Greg will go first, then Laurel. Wow. What did you get, Diantha?
17. Which is apparently really low in this group, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
wait, what's your...
high,
0.
But everyone else rolled pretty good. All right, so Flinch, you're first. What you gonna do when they come for you?
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
So with my hunting rifle, can I just drop prone and shoot around the corner at them?
Yes.
That is the plan.
Well, roll that. You're well within range.
I'm going to
target the bejeebus out of him.
target the one I'm going to shoot at. So I guess the closest one we'll focus on until it drops, hopefully.
Cool.
Okay, so I rolled a 19 on the new dice.
Oh my god.
So I hit a 26.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah. Roll for damage there.
Just barely, though.
2 damage.
All right. So he still hasn't. You still get your opportunities to surprise him and finish this round off, but they've now been alerted to your presence as the bullet kind of streaks past his shin, if you will. Greg.
Since the armory door is closed, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any vents I could get to that are in this hallway?
The vents around here have been destroyed by the breaching pod. The only way you seem to have access to the armory is through this damaged door.
Okay. Does Greg want to attempt a computer's check on the door? Because I'm a little afraid that he might permanently lock it.
I think maybe we should just try to kill these things.
All right.
It's up to you.
I'll just attack the same one that Flint shot.
All right.
I'll roll my stealth first. I rolled 14 plus 15, so 29.
Jesus.
14 plus.
And then my actual
Wait,
attack.
you have plus 15 to hit?
No. That's for my trick attack. I have to
Oh,
roll
it's the
stealth
trick attack. Yeah.
first.
Okay, that is
So
enough.
he's flat-footed, -2 to his AC.
Yep.
And my attack is 19.
Yeah, that hits. Roll
Okay,
for your
awesome.
damage.
Yay! And I got 5 on my D6 and 4 on my D4, so 9 damage.
Oh my goodness.
Yay.
So as Flint goes prone and takes a shot and doesn't really do much, Greg, you kind of play leapfrog where you superhero dive over top of him with your gun in front of you and you fire and you do a barrel roll for your landing. And that's enough to shoot a hole straight through the center of the chest of this thing. He's looking pretty messed up, but he's still standing.
Okay.
Next up is Laurel.
How many bone troopers are there?
2.
Oh, okay. And how far away is the other fighting? Like, are we trying to be stealthy right now?
Well, if you're trying to be stealthy, the gunshots are not helping.
Alrighty.
I'm sure there's lots of gunshots going around the ship.
Yeah, there's lots of gunshots all around.
Yeah, okay, cool. And then just as a, just to clarify a rule, and I apologize for not doing this earlier, but if I hit something with melee, I add my strength to
Correct.
the damage?
That is correct.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just run up and punch him.
Amazing. So as this spirally acrobatic showmanship happens over here, as soon as you do your superhero landing there, Greg, all of a sudden it's there's a lizard running past you. Roll to hit.
Still a -2 AC.
Oh, son of a gun. I rolled a 2.
What's the whole?
The whole thing is an 8.
So you go up and you barreling down a hallway, creating the bang, bang, bang of your footsteps. You even telegraph your hit. You just smack your fist, and as you swing out, it just kind of ducks downwards, and you miss it completely.
That's better than punching through the hole in the chest.
It's true.
You don't want to get him.
The hole's
caught
not
on
that
there.
big. And Diantha, the last action of the surprise round.
How rough is the one that's been being hit look? Like,
He's looking pretty rough.
pretty rough?
Take him down.
Okay, I'm going to, assuming that they're going to finish that one off first, I'm going to point out some of the weak spots, like the new gaping hole in his stomach, and like aiming there will help us. And I'm going to do get him, which means that until the start of my next turn, you and your allies get a +1 morale bonus to attack rolls against that enemy. So
Nice.
now you get an extra +1, I think is how that works.
Yep, everybody gets +1.
Go
get him!
And that's my turn. I think that's my action, so.
That will count as your action, yes.
Yep.
Cool.
Fantastic. We're now in standard initiative order. The bone troopers have been added in. So Flinch, you first.
Okay. Right where I'm at, I'm going to take a shot at the one with the +1. to hit.
Cool. Now here's the issue. You've got you'll be shooting into melee with this one.
Yep.
And kind of. Nah, we won't count Greg. That was just that was just flavor text for your trick shot. But you do have friendly and melee with it, so it'll be at a -2.
So just a -1 because
I hit a 14.
Is it kinetic?
Kinetic.
That is enough.
Probably just barely.
Pretty much, yeah. So roll your damage.
2.
So again, you line up your shot pass right between Laurel's ankles. You fire. You scrape the other side of the same ankle you've already scraped, and the bone trooper doesn't really seem fazed by your shot at all.
Oh my god.
Greg.
Greg is going to take another shot at the guy with the big hole in his stomach that Greg could probably fit inside.
So, stealth check.
Maybe
So you'll
I'll-
get that -4 as well because of
Yep.
Laurel being.
Stealth
in the
check
way.
first.
But
is
+1 for me.
17 plus 15.
Is it for your trick shot?
Yes, that's for
Oh,
the trick
that's
shot.
enough. Yeah.
And then my actual attack, I rolled a nat 20.
Oh my god.
So,
Nat 20
do I double the trick attack dice? Or just my...
Yeah, it's double any dice that you're rolling. Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you can just roll the.
It's same as
Roll
same as
pieces.
critting on like a sneak attack, right? You double all those dice. So that's awesome.
Yay! 7, so 14 total.
14 total.
Wow.
You, Greg, you run up on the wall and you kind of parkour along the wall to get get a curved angle around Laurel's massive physique. And you aim around, the bone trooper kind of looks at you at the last second, and you pop it square between the eyes. The back of the skull erupts, and it just falls down to the ground, completely just bone dust.
Oh yeah.
And then
Greg
you,
is carrying
again.
this team.
It's a good thing his feet are sticky, or I wouldn't be able to do any of these things.
Oh no!
Spider
Blessed
Goblin.
gravy.
All right, Laurel.
Oh.
You watch as
already
your
forgot about
fist
that.
misses this bone trooper, and then his head explodes, and Greg runs on the wall next to you and lands.
Well, that was weird.
And then the other bone
Turn
trooper's
right.
arms are ready to go.
I'm gonna punch him right in the head.
Punch him right in the head.
Right in the head.
Worked for Greg.
Yeah. That is 15.
15. That hits with your fist.
Yeah. All right. So that is. I'm wearing a battle glove, so I got a 1d4 for that. I rolled a 1, but my strength modifier is +4, so that's total 5.
So total 5?
Yeah.
Cool. So you smack it right in the side of the cheek. You hear a couple of bones sickeningly pop and crack, and you see a fracture pop on the face. But it takes the hit, and it just goes, and at that point, it pulls out a sword and goes to swing at you since you're right up in its grill.
Okie doke.
Where did my,
But actually, sorry, I almost forgot. I have a cleave feat, so I get an additional melee if the first one hits. So can I punch him again?
I think
Or
it's
do I
an
have to tell you
additional
that
melee.
beforehand?
I think it's an additional melee to something nearby.
Oh, okay.
Cleave isn't like it just swings through multiple enemies.
Ah.
So you could have hit both of them,
If
kind
I
of like
hit the
running
first
by and
one-
hit both of them.
Okay. Nope.
But
cool,
because
makes
there
sense.
is no second enemy, it doesn't. Yeah.
Yep.
Does a 6 hit you?
Nope.
I didn't think so. Sorry, no, that was a 10. But a 10 still doesn't hit you. So
I just
we're fine.
dodge.
All right, so yeah, he pulls out a sword and he
short-
swings wide and hits the wall with it. So next up is Dantha.
These things are literally skeletons. If we aim for the joints, we should be able to dismantle them a little bit quicker, and I'll get him again on the second guy.
Fantastic.
So there's a +1
So
again.
now everybody gets +1 on this guy. All right. No rules gotta be made for those, right? Those are just
That's the official name is get him.
nice.
Sorry.
Cool. Flinch, you again.
Okay.
Pointing out a couple of real big joint issues.
That's fair. But I'm looking at the Flinch is looking at the fight, and he's eyeing it up for a quick second. And is the skeleton dude person within melee range of the door?
No.
I'm going to, because I'm a Yusoki, I'm going to use my tail to stand up as a swift action.
Yep, that makes sense.
And I'm going to move to the door.
Okay, you were at the door. It's easy to get to in your turn.
So that's a move, and an action is, except for the code I had already worked on something else, I'm going to try to unlock the armory door.
Okay, I'll get you to roll a computers check. There's a bunch of additions and subtractions happening here, so just roll your computers.
18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
And also roll an engineering as well.
Engineering is a 20 total.
Okay. With the computers check, the deductions are from the damage the door sustained itself. And I got you to roll engineering. So computers wise, yeah, you got a big bonus for having 4 passwords with you, and one of those do work. The door opens, and it's just open enough for you to get your little arm in there. And the roll for the engineering is for you to kind of start wrenching it open.
Aslanti wrench once again.
Yeah. Sure enough, you were able to get it open wide enough that you yourself, Greg, Diantha could squeeze through if she wanted to. Laurel could just tear the rest of it open if she wanted to.
So I'm just going to say out loud because I don't have a chance this turn to move inside.
Yep.
But
Oh, no, you do. Because you
Okay.
got what's your full movement speed? 30?
30.
Yeah, you still got
Yeah.
movement.
So Flinch is going to stay. Finish this off. I'll see if I can find some good weapons for us.
Get us something pretty.
Okay. I'm a scrounger, so.
Yep, nope, fair enough. All right, next up on the list is Greg.
Okay. Greg is going to back up a bit from the point where he probably is currently right next to this thing, and he doesn't like being right next to things that are probably wanting to kill him. So I'm going to use my movement to back up a
Are you in
bit
melee with
towards there. Well,
No.
Okay, good.
well, I'm closer than I want to be.
Yeah, you're within 10 feet of it.
Okay, so I'll just move over to the armory door where Flinch is, but I will take my action to fire at him as
As
I'm
you're going
doing
away?
that.
Yep.
With -3 because he's still in melee,
Yep.
and with Diantha's +1 bonus.
Yeah, so it just nets up to -3 because it's -4 and then +1,
Yeah.
so just
Yeah.
subtract 3.
Okay, so stealth check first is 25 in total.
That is enough.
Okay, and then my actual attack is 15. 15? Yes.
Yeah, -3.
All right.
Yeah, 15.
15 total. That is enough to hit its kinetic, right?
It's kinetic, it's physical.
All right.
Physical. And I got 9. I got 6 on my D6 and 3 on my D4.
All right, you fire right in front of you. After you just pummel this thing in the face, Laurel, you watch as a laser or as a projectile flies past you and tears apart the bottom of the jaw of the skull. It's still standing there, but it's a little less audible now.
Okay.
And you make it to the door, and you were able to make it in. Laurel, you've got this wavering bone trooper in front of you.
I'm gonna try and punch it into the wall.
All right, roll.
Maybe smoosh its head between my fist and the wall.
Smoosh that head.
Oh yeah, that's a 25.
That hits. No, you miss.
And it's an 8.
And with that, you watch the jaw shatter. You look in the face, and you punch it straight through the face. Parts of the skull are still intact enough to be around your hand, and then you pull back, and it just falls. Dust, bone dust everywhere. Both bone troopers are toast.
Nice.
And
Let's get in the armory.
yes,
So it's best if Flinch says it's best if Diantha and Laurel just stay outside, and I'll get stuff out so we don't all get trapped in this room.
Yeah. I have experience with these kinds of weapons, so I can help identify things too. That'd be useful.
Oh, so completely.
all right.
I can stay outside with Laurel instead. Okay.
So who's all going in and pilfering?
I think that I'm going in with Flinch.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I want both of you guys to roll perception checks, please.
Ooh. It's pretty good.
23.
22.
Oh my goodness! All right.
They got big eyeballs in these two.
The big things that you guys are able to find are a lot of weapon accessories. There is a firefight going on all throughout the ship, so a lot of the weapons have already been taken for use. But soldiers like to customize their weapons to their liking, and so not all the accessories have been used. So you find a number of things. You find a heavy bayonet bracket and a light bayonet bracket. These things allow you to put fasten melee weapons onto long arms for the light one, and for to long arms, heavy weapons, and snipers. The light one lets you put a melee weapon that is less than 1 bulk, and the heavy one lets you put on a melee weapon up to 1 bulk onto your weapon. You find a grenadier bracket, which
Grenade launcher.
yes, grenade launcher for a weapon, kind of underslung. You find a couple of weapon bipods. I'd say 3 bipods if you're looking to take those back with you. There's those. There is 1 sniper scope, and it's actually pretty good. Anyone that has this, they put it on their weapon, you get you reduce penalties due to range and AC bonuses from cover by 2. Because you get to kind of look where you want to aim as opposed to hoping you don't hit a wall that they're hiding behind, right? That's pretty well it. The other weapons that you see there are pretty basic. So you see no armor.
Yeah, that's fine.
You do find that there is a shelf with a couple grenades that are left. So first things first, there are grenades. There are 2 frag grenades.
2 frag grenades?
2 frag grenades.
You writing this one down?
Each are considered L bulk, low bulk.
Mm-hmm.
They have a range of 20 feet. They explode and deal 1d6 physical damage in a 15-foot radius.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how much damage, sorry?
1d6 physical.
Yeah.
Okay.
You find 2 shock grenades, and they explode, dealing 1d8 energy damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is that the 20-foot range too?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has a 15-foot radius, blast radius. You find a long arm, an azimuth laser rifle. This is a weapon that deals 1d8 damage, and on a critical, it does an additional d6 burn.
Ooh.
One battery will last 20 shots. So that's that one. And you do find a couple of melee weapons. In here you find 2 tactical star knives. They can be thrown up to a range of 20 feet, and they deal 1d4 damage physical. And is anyone looting the bodies of the...
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that. Definitely do that.
While they're whoever's outside.
Yeah. I want to also, like, in particular, I want to take a look at that sword.
Yeah. So when you grab the sword, it seems way too nice for a thing like this to be holding. They're dueling swords. It's likely
Swords,
that
plural?
each of them has a dueling sword.
Oh.
Yeah. The dueling swords are considered level 4 items. It deals 1d8 slashing damage. And of course it's analog. And you find 2 of those.
Is that a basic melee weapon, or is it like a different thing?
Yeah, it's considered a one-handed basic melee weapon, each of them.
I would like one of those.
I kind of look at Greg. I look at the swords. Like, I don't think you can use this. I'll hold these.
That's okay. I'm just gonna go through their pockets. Is that a I'm just gonna. I never thought I'd say this, but these things are pretty gross, aren't they?
A little bit.
Gross.
So other than the swords,
I'm gonna put a hand through one of them.
other than the swords and the bone troopers, you also find an extra weapon battery on each of them,
Yeah.
as well as their ranged weapons. Just a tactical semi-auto pistol that deals 1d6.
Okay, I'm gonna pocket that one. Actually, Greg, do you have a gun already? Is that I'm just gonna pocket the pistol. I'm assuming it's the same as yours.
Yeah, the pistol I have is the semi-automatic tactical pistol.
And then
Yeah.
we can each take a battery and cool.
So I'm going to throw the upgrades into a sack and hand it to Diantha.
I'm also gonna take the grenades.
Nice.
Are you skilled in grenades?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
And I'm going to take the Azimuth long arm.
Nice.
I'm a sniper.
No, that makes sense.
I don't need the knives. Yeah, I'll just take the grenades, and then you can take all the other stuff.
Yeah, all of the other stuff we'll just sell, except for the sniper scope. Yeah.
Makes
Just
sense.
throw it in there.
And then I'll make
Alright.
my way back out.
Yeah.
But can I just like scan? You probably don't have this. But can I just scan and see if there's any poisons or anything in this room? Probably not. But I really just
No.
want poison. Okay, whatever. I'll leave.
What was there is what's is all that is in
Okay,
the room.
I'll leave.
I know.
When they
Disappointing.
come out, like I hold out one of the swords to Diantha. Like, think you could use this? Did you find anything good in there for me?
I pull out one of the frag grenades and one of the shock grenades. Can you use these?
Heck yeah.
And I'll give her one of each. And I'll keep one of each for myself. Can either of you use grenades?
I can, but Greg really shouldn't be throwing anything.
Great,
with
I'll
the
keep them for
stats
myself.
Why
that
do
he
I need the
has.
grenades when I have this?
Okay, I'll keep the grenades for myself and I'll take
Awesome sauce.
the sword.
Yeah, and then once we're outfitted. Okay, so this is.
Sword of the sword.
Let's get going, crew. Power up the Azimuth laser rifle and start heading in the direction of from the army where we're supposed to go and hopefully meet up with Vice Dude.
Vice dude.
Greg's immediately gonna go into stealth mode because he doesn't want to approach the bridge noisily.
Is everyone rolling stealth?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, everybody roll stealth. Starting with Greg, because this will be funny.
30 total.
30 total. I'm not surprised. Flinch.
21 total.
Laurel.
15.
Yay! And Diantha.
20.
Wow. So
We're good at this game.
Laurel is still lighter on her feet than usual, but at the same time, they're still like.
I'm heavy.
But you do come across around the corner. You see a lot more devastation. There is blast scoring outside of a door that's partway down the hallway that you can hear. There's commotion going on inside, and as you kind of look down the hall, someone in a white, like a flight uniform, runs out the door and is shot in the back, and they plaster against the wall and slide on down. Amongst several other bodies that are around the blast scoring on the wall.
So approach with caution is what you're saying.
Mm. Approach however you like. Currently,
Yeah.
you're approaching stealthily. They don't seem to acknowledge your presence.
I was gonna say, I feel like the stealth thing should probably be continuing for as long as we can make it happen.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Okay, sneak up to the door and try to take a look inside.
Mm-hmm. All right, with your numbers, that's totally fine. You go on up, you take a look, and sure enough, there is one bone trooper in this room, accompanying an elf. An actual, they're rare in the pack worlds, but there is a elf that seems to be holding one of the flight crew by the neck and interrogating him. He's got long black hair that goes all the way down his back. He's just got the guy pinned down on his knee, on the prisoner's knees, but grabbing him by the neck. But with him on the opposite side of the bone trooper, there is an additional being, a Lashunta, that's standing there as well with a spear in hand in his right two hands. Or sorry, Kasatha that's there with a spear in their right two hands. So 4 people in total, one of which seems to be a prisoner, and the rest are corpses.
Is it possible to, well, I'm assuming, would a sense motive be able to help us determine who might be in command among, well, obviously
Absolutely.
the bone trooper's not in command, but between the other two?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I will also do that because I'm very good at that.
Go for it. Roll sense motives for anyone that's willing.
Greg got a 14 total.
While they're looking through the window, I'm watching the hallway so no one sneaks up on us.
Nice. Deantha?
17.
17?
I got 16.
And you have 14? So starting with the lower numbers, working our way up. Greg, you're not really able to discern which of them is the leader of the two. You kind of get the idea that they're both pretty intimidating, and they both have some semblance of power in the group that is boarded. You do hear bits of the conversation, and the elf that's doing the throat grabbing is trying to force the pilot into activating their star charts, pulling up their star charts. But that's about all that you hear. For those that rolled over 15, the 16 and 17 there, Deantha and Flinch, you get more of a vibe that's just the way that that the elf has addressed his Kasatha counterpart, is that there's some level of equals. But there is, at one point, the elf does refer to, very, very briefly and underhandedly, does refer to the Kasatha as, well, yes, Lust. We'll get on with this right away.
Bingo. Okay.
So,
I'll just point to the elf was the one that was referred to, as the Kasatha's Lust.
the elf called
Kasatha.
the Kasatha Lust.
Okay, I'll just issue that one. Be like, that's the one we're looking for. Don't kill that one.
I turn my archimeter
grenades.
to stun.
You can do that?
I can
This
with
game
mine.
is so
You do what?
crazy.
I have a long rifle arc emitter, and I turn it to stun.
Nice.
That's so cool. Okay.
Sci-fi.
Wow. And they're in a different room, right? We're looking at them from a different room.
You're basically outside the doorway to this room, looking in, kind of going.
Okay, so there's a bone skeleton, bone soldier. There's the elf, and there's the what's the
Kasatha.
The Kasatha, and the Kasatha is the one we're looking for.
Yes, I don't care about the other ones. You can blast
Right?
and kill those
Or
ones.
was it because I heard the same thing that the elf sort of said it a bit to Lust? The Kasatha said it a bit demeaning slightly to him, that maybe the elf is the leader?
If you guys want to roll another stealth check with a higher DC to stay and listen to more, you can try that.
I'm getting Nancy.
Greg will always take that option.
I'm going to just let Greg do that, because I trust Greg's stealth is much better than everyone else's, and we don't want to be seen.
This isn't a stealth to go anywhere. This is stealth to stay.
To
Yeah.
stay
We're all-
put and
we
listen
either
to
all
it.
stay
So
or
we
we
all
all
need to
or we
roll
all
it.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shall roll it.
Yeah. So you all have to roll.
Greg only got a 19 this time. I only rolled 4 on my dice.
Flinch.
11.
Laurel.
12.
15.
I guess we're going in.
And with that, it's almost like there's you hear him kind of cracking and popping at the neck as the pilot's resisting, and then dead silence as the Kasatha whips around to the door and he says, "Company, guests!" and he smacks his spear down, turns around, and the elf just drops the guy towards the bone trooper, cuff him, and then turns and arms himself as well. So now you've got the bone trooper seems to be out of the fight. He's guarding the prisoner. And you've got this elf and Kasatha to deal with. So, initiative, please.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, we did well to get here, but now it's going to fall apart.
Yeah, because this is the
Alright.
equivalent of our boss fight.
Yeah. Nat 20s?
Good.
20 or higher? 15 to 20? Laura?
Exactly
Oh, Laura's on
15.
top. Look at that. Huh?
Exactly 15.
Okay. 10 to 15? I'm sorry, 10. What did you get?
13 for Greg.
12 for Flinch.
Oh my god. Deantha, what'd you get?
2.
Oh, that puts you dead last.
That's my worst roll, I think, so far.
Alright, Laurel, you get to go first.
All right. Well, okay. I'm gonna go in swinging. I'm gonna go with the dueling sword. Aim it at the elf. Cut him down. That is a 21.
21. That'll hit.
All right, and so I'm also going to activate cleave, so I will hit my next melee attack as well.
All right,
Because
so
I'm-
this does hit. So you roll again to see if you hit the extra person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So should you want me to roll my attack
Roll
first,
damage.
or
Roll
yeah,
attack.
Oh,
roll
okay.
the
Okay.
damage
Yeah,
first?
roll the attack
So
first.
I said I was using the dueling sword,
So he wants you to attack first, right?
which is this die.
It's up to you. You
All
just-
right, yeah. Let's if you're doing damage, do damage first, then we'll do the second attack.
Okay. Ah, it's a 1
Well, you hit
And plus
That's
strength.
your strength.
plus my strength, which is at least a 4, so it's 5.
5. Okay,
5
and
slashing.
roll for your cleave.
Goes right through. And then that is a 8.
Yeah, no. So
So.
you swing right across the elf's chest for one. You cut into the plating that's on his chest, and you miss wide towards the Kasatha.
Okay.
Where are my diaries? I don't have them anywhere, so I'm going to write this down. Why? No. Okay, cool. Next up is Greg.
Greg is going to shoot at the elf because the elf is closest. Stealth check first. I have 33. And then my actual melee attack, which is the really important part.
See 33 for
I
your
rolled a
trick.
4 on the dice
Oh.
that time. I really wish they had been reversed, but that's okay.
Eh.
So yeah, it's only a 9.
All right. So you tumbleweed your way in. You do the whole starfish thing, and you got your gun out, and you go bang 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 bang, and you see this nice perfect arc of bullets above your target in the ceiling.
I created a bullet rainbow.
Not helpful.
Flinch.
Pretty though.
Yeah, so I'm still not entirely sure which one is the one we're looking for. So, guess we'll kill them both. Because we don't know.
We're killing the elf.
What you gonna do?
Man, I still think the elf's the leader. Okay. Well. Can I say something out loud to them?
Sure you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some reaction. I'll just say out loud. Vice, you can surrender now if you want. I just want to see if one of them is going to look at me.
Roll a sense motive.
I'm just. Oh boy.
It's straight up.
5.
Can you roll a sense motive with that?
I didn't say it. If you let me roll it, I can roll it.
I'd say that when he does that, I'll say yeah. I'll let you roll it. It's a quick glance sort of thing.
That's I probably know. That was an 18 on a natural dice. I'm gonna add.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna add like a bunch of numbers on top of that.
When Flinch yells that, the Kasatha doesn't budge. The elf does a quick glance and then goes back.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I will shoot the Kasatha. Target. Figure out his vulnerabilities. They're gonna try to shoot him in the face.
Now, something to keep in mind, as you guys kind of you remember back a little bit, that the warden is trying to kind of collect them all, and whilst that's the vice, if the hierarchy is to be believed, because you weren't present for the conversation, Derek, that this is Greed's lust. This is his prize victory for having defeated the lust of the seven. So could also count towards a collection should you want to try and bag both.
Fine, I'll start using the stun weapon.
Yeah, is my laser rifle, I'm assuming I can't set that this time.
The azimuth one you just got?
Mine shoots
You
like
can punch him.
Mine shoots like a elemental fire laser bolt.
So that's pretty lethal.
As long as the last point of damage that brings him to 0 is non-lethal,
Okay.
it'll work.
Okay, so
But like you can't specify with a gun that it's a non-lethal. You can't like shoot for like a foot or something. I'm not sure.
I would say, technically rule-wise, no, but I would say because you guys are intending to try and take him away. Yeah, it's a called shot, so it'll raise the DC.
Okay.
But it's also one of those things where if that should bring his HP to 0, a foot shot, he will not go unconscious. That's how we'll kind of fudge that a little bit.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So I guess, well, like I said, I'm shooting the big guy because
Yeah.
why not? You're already in the face of the other guy. 19 AC,
That hits.
and it's energy. Great. So now I'm using laser rifle
Yeah, that's important. No, that hits.
for 5 damage.
To the Kasatha.
Yeah.
All right, so you got 5 each. Nice. Next up is the Kasatha.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, as you fire at the Kasatha, but you're Laurel, you're actually up in the elf's grill.
Yep.
So the Kasatha takes the spear, twirls it around, and goes to cut you with his spear.
Okey doke.
Does a 14 hit your kinetic armor class?
Just.
Just? Okay, sweet. You are hit for 4 points of damage. Or sorry, 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And yeah, that's Kasatha's turn. Moving on. It is the elf's turn.
They're right after each other. That sucks.
Yeah.
Because most of us went first.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
The elf takes out a pistol. It grabs you by the shoulder and kind of just fires up into you.
Yeah.
Does 17 hit your energy armor class?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. And you were dealt 2 points of damage. Alright, Diantha, your turn.
Now it's my turn. Okay.
Yes.
Well, first I'm going to like make sure everyone knows something. We want both of them. Keep them both alive. And I'm going to look. Which one looks like the bigger threat?
Both it is.
I'm going to look at the Kasatha, and I'll be like, "Your time as a free man are very limited." And I'm going to do a dispiriting taunt that'll work this time because he's alive.
Maybe. What's the DC?
It says the same DC to demoralize it. So I don't know what that would be. I imagine you might know that. Maybe?
I can give it a quick look in 1 second. Basically, it's a demoralizing check.
Yeah. I probably succeed, just so you're aware.
Well, yeah, it's like he's got to roll to resist the demoralization.
I would be shocked if he managed to resist.
Well, yeah, but it's contested, so you probably need to give the total.
Oh, my total is 32.
Huh.
Because I have a +7 in intimidation, and I add a +6. Or I roll
Under
a
normal
+6.
circumstances, that wouldn't have worked. So what's the effects of the ability?
On a success, on a success, the enemy is shaken.
Okay. Nice. All right. So he is treated as shaken. As you say that to him, he kind of takes a step back and he looks to the elf. He motions to the elf, but still looking at you. Right. We should leave this place while we still can. And that's what his reaction to your ability is.
Great. Does
Any
shaken do
movement you want to do?
Where am I right now? Like, I'm not close to them, am I?
You're kind of in the doorway.
I'll get into the room, but I won't go too close to them yet.
Okay. Back to the top of the initiative order, we've got Laurel
All right, so
Shaken actually does.
the elf is right in my face.
right in your face.
I'm gonna headbutt him.
Roll, please.
Oh, crying out loud. 11.
As you swing you telegraph your attack, you arc your head back. He kind of just moves his head to the side, and you just nothing but air. Next, any movement, or you're gonna stay in there?
Well, we're grappled, so movement would be to
He would get an attack on you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. I don't want to be grappled anymore. But I want to hurt him. I do this. I can, like,
You're not quite grappled. You can freely move. You're not like in a lock, but by breaking melee, you'll get a free attack on you.
Oh, okay. I don't want to do that.
Okay, so you're just gonna
we're
stay there.
here. Yeah.
That's fine. Greg.
Is there something Greg can do to help Laurel out right now in terms of like trying to disarm this dude, like take his pistol and stuff? I asked this because Greg's got really good acrobatics and sleight of hand.
Is disarm? Disarm is an additional action.
That's what
It's an action.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think there's
It's a
anything that I
combat maneuver.
can do at this
It's
point.
a combat maneuver.
Oh, it's a maneuver?
Yeah,
It's combat.
Oh, then can I disarm him?
Well,
It's a
so
full action.
I
It's
was
a
gonna
full
say
attack action.
maneuvers in Starfinder are not the same as they are
Yeah.
in Genesis.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not like it's a separate kind. It's not a certain type of. It's a type of action. So it's still treated as an action.
So I
So instead of headbutting, you would disarm instead.
And it's harder. They
Yeah, it
have
would be
much
harder.
harder AC to hit.
yeah, I wanted
Yeah.
to headbutt him,
Yeah.
but I didn't because
You can still
I'm
try
a melee
again.
character who is bad at melee.
You can try again. His face is still there asking for a
This is
headbutt.
true. This is true.
So Greg, what did you want to try and do?
Can I try moving over there and what kind of check would I have to make to disarm?
Kinetic AC of +8.
Wow.
Just like we do. We have the same
Oh, yeah,
thing.
same thing.
So it's really hard to do. And you don't get to use trick shot for it.
Okay,
because
so
that's
Greg's gonna shoot the Kasatha is what he's gonna do.
And apparently, I double checked. I don't mean to interrupt
Yeah.
this. All weapons can do non-lethal damage, but you need to take a -4 to hit.
Okay.
So there is a
Weapons
thing for
with the
that. Okay.
stun ability can go to stun setting. They do non-lethal damage, but they don't have the -4 to hit.
Okay.
That's how
That's-
that works.
that
Okay,
makes sense.
so you can non-lethal at -4.
-4 hit.
to your hit.
And that's only with the range weapons? Like
Anything.
Oh,
Any
anything?
of your
Okay.
weapons.
Because you're
Yeah.
basically shooting non-vital areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're calling your shots to not kill.
Okay.
So
And
that's
so
how that
for,
works.
for it'd be the same for melee weapons then too,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's
Um,
more like you're hitting them with like the blunt end of the sword, right?
Okay, I'll roll the stealth check first for my trick attack, which is 26.
That
jumps.
is enough.
Okay.
Ooh,
My the Kasatha. The actual melee attack is only 8. So no.
You said melee attack?
Well, it's
Small
my
arms.
Small arms.
So as you
my ranged attack.
so as you did that flip, you did the rainbow of bullets above the
Yeah.
elf. Then you spin around to try and shoot underneath your arm, and it just goes wide into one of the consoles and breaks the screen. Kasatha's like, what the?
I need to find something else I can do on this bridge that's actually useful.
All right, flinch.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot the big guy.
The elf.
Isn't it?
The Kasatha.
Kasatha's is big, right?
They're about similar height. Kasatha is taller.
And he's the one who said we should leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shooting him.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Also, I roughed him a bit.
Yeah, he's a little
I rolled a 19, so I hit a 20.
Energy or
It's energy.
yeah, that would hit.
Burn! Burn! For 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
Burning damage.
Yeah. So you with your azimuth rifle.
Yep.
And you watch as some singeing has occurred, and any contact the weapon came in with him. There's like a searing orange light to all of the impact damage. All right. It is the Kasatha's turn next. He goes to kick you, Laurel, or he goes to stab you, Laurel, again to get out of the elf's way. 11's not going to hit you.
Nope.
And then the elf, so as he misses you completely, he swings, you kind of sidestep it. The elf again is going to shoot you. Does a 19 hit your energy armor class? Yeah, that's so. 7 points of damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof. And then Cliptic comes in to save the day, right? That's what we're gonna have happen.
Where's our healer? Chef Blue let me go for the afternoon.
Yeah.
Right.
Lunch break, yeah.
I can't even link Deus Ex Machina because all 4 ships left. All right. Next up before we got Diantha.
It's me.
Shmee.
I guess since I'm so good at it, I'll probably go over to the elf and look at him and be like, the advice your friend is giving you is probably best for you. And I'll also dispiriting taunt the elf.
All right.
It's a 17 plus 21.
21 total.
Yeah.
You say this to him, and he just glares over at you.
Okay, so on a failed, he still is shaken. Or no, so he's off target.
He's off target?
He's off target.
Ooh.
So on a failed,
Okay,
he's still
cool.
off target.
So he still gets -2, but only to attack rolls
Yeah.
as opposed to all this other stuff. Perfect. So yeah, by looking at you, he's no longer looking at Laurel. That's where that -2 kind of comes in. He's focusing. He's not focused where he needs to be. Laurel, you're up again.
All right. Well, I couldn't headbutt him. I am going to. I'm gonna hit him with my tail.
Yeah.
Because I can. I'm gonna.
Roll.
Because we're close. To, like we're no longer grappled, but we're still really close. So I'm just gonna faint as if I'm gonna punch him, and I'm gonna turn and whack him with my tail,
Yeah, roll it.
which is spiky. Oh God, that's a 1.
Would you like a new
As you
one?
go to turn
This
your
one was
tail,
good for a while.
you actually slip your feet out from underneath yourself by stepping on the edge of a step, and you fall down prone. So you take a -4 penalty to melee attacks. You get +4 AC against ranged attacks, and -4 AC to melee attacks until you get up. You have to spend your entire movement to stand back up again.
Okay.
So you could stand back up right now if you wanted to.
Yep.
Yeah, but she gets back up again.
Yeah, totally fine. Like nothing happened. Nothing happened at all.
Yeah. She goes to swing her tail and she falls, she stands back and she goes like this. The elf is in front of you going, I saw that.
It's like cool pose, like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. Greg.
Greg?
Yeah.
What's on this bridge right now that could be useful? Outside, just punching people or shooting them in the face, maybe.
A couple of the guards have been killed and they've got weapons.
What kind of weapons do they carry?
Like,
They're standard issue.
yeah,
As
standard.
an anti-vomit filled.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Is it
Oh,
vomit
it was
filled
just that
yet?
one guy, though. Just that one guy. You didn't like that plum I was eating.
Did you want to grab one of some of their stuff?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. You go to the one closest to you. You see a couple of weapons here. There is a Thunderstrike Pulse Gauntlet.
Anything ranged? Ranged is
An AG Assault Rifle, and 2 frag grenades, and an incendiary grenade.
as much fun as those might be.
We're taking those.
Now, by checking this guy's body,
Yeah.
checking the body and taking the items will count as your action.
Yeah. I'm assuming that rifle is medium-sized.
Yeah.
So I would take a penalty to use it anyway. Grappling. I had this idea of climbing up the elf and wrapping myself around his head. But this system would probably count that as a grapple,
Yeah.
which would be melee attack.
Yeah.
against his AC +8.
Yep.
I'm just gonna shoot the Kasatha again.
All right.
Yeah. We're level 2.
With your
Stealth. For that.
thingamajig.
Stealth attack is 26.
That's enough.
Melee
To trick shot.
is 8.
Oh.
Again.
That one's
That's
not
the
enough.
exact
Okay.
same roll as last time.
You do another fun twirl and you shoot a console again.
Does it spark dramatically?
Oh, only dramatically. All right, flinch.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'll take a shot at the big guy.
Right. Roll.
Is he looking hurt at all from my...
Like
Lasso
he's injured, but
He's
he's
taking
still
10 damage.
doing. He still seems to be fine.
Okay. Does he look like he's hard to hit?
He looks pretty padded.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Energy, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a 13.
So the energy bolt, it makes contact, but it seems to be absorbed completely by whatever he's wearing.
That's fair.
So at this point, it is the Kasatha's turn.
Good luck, bud.
He is going to again try and strike out at Laurel, who is closest to the vice.
All
At
right.
least he's shaking, so it's minuses to hit.
Don't worry, I'm also rolling bad too. He misses you completely.
He was thrown off by my incredibly talented dodge duck. That's what I'm calling it now.
Right. Okay.
It's on purpose, I swear.
And with a natural 20
Oh.
on the elf's gun.
With a -2?
No, my
No.
20's automatic hit.
Ah. Come on.
Well, even if it was
Dice.
with a -2, it would still hit me.
Yeah.
It would hit all of us, I think.
So with that, where's my D4?
I don't know about the rest.
You
of
are
but-
struck for 10 regular damage from the bullet as it
Uh-oh.
tears into your sides. And as the bullet goes into you, you feel 3 additional burn damage as it begins firing the insides.
Is anybody actually feeling any incitement of lust from this guy? Because I'm not so far. He's supposed to be lusty. This is not a lust-filled room.
No, that was the elf that did that. The Lust's using the spear.
Wow.
I think he was missing.
There's a joke in there.
Yeah.
Somewhere. All right,
Yeah.
Diaz, your turn.
It's more beneficial for me to hit him or to give. Since everyone hits after me, I suppose it's more beneficial to give them a boost. So I will point. Which one's looking more rough right now?
Of the two, the one that's been hit the most is the Kasatha.
Kasatha,
Lust,
okay.
yeah. Or Pride's, or sorry, Greed's Lust.
The Kasatha is looking to retreat. Focus on him, and I will get him to the Kasatha, which gives everyone a
get
+1.
him.
Everybody gets a +1 to attacking him. At this point, when your turn ends, neither the Vice or Greed's Lust were looking at the guard that was being held captive by the Bone Trooper. And at the beginning of this next round, you see alarms beginning to go off as the guard had, or the flight attendant or the pilot, whatever, the flight crewman that was there, has snuck towards one of the consoles and is pulling his hand out from underneath one of the consoles. I think hit some kind of a trigger button.
Thank you for listening to this Twisted Gear Studios production. The next episode of Spacers will air Tuesday, May 14th. Until then, Tuesday, May 7th is the next episode of The Call, our Call of Cthulhu actual playcast GM'd by Derek Snow. Our collaboration podcast with MacGuffin Media, The Legend of Zing Dong, is currently on hiatus as the cast circuits Nirvana, the web series around North America. The game system used today was the Starfinder game system by Paizo. Music in this episode was licensed by Video Copilot, sound effects and ambient tracks licensed through Triune Films, Video Copilot, and Sirenscape. You can find all of Twisted Gears' podcasts on YouTube, Google Play, Apple Music, and Spotify. Please like and follow the Twisted Gear Studios' Facebook page, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Twisted Gear. Your players this evening were Janessa Coles, Lindsay Delansky, Derek Snow, Elizabeth Wells, and Bailey Yarkey. Your audio operator was Rob Hickey, and I was your host and GM, Zach Barrett. If you happen to be in the Fort McMurray area, you can find me at Tavern on Main every Monday at 7:30 p.m. for trivia. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.